Most people think power is found out there in the meetings, the cities, the crowds. But Machiavelli would smirk at that, because what most call doing something is often the fastest way to lose control. He understood something few ever do. The man who chases the world rarely returns with his soul intact. The one who stays still, who isolates strategically, begins to see the world for what it is. Not a stage to perform on, but a board to play upon. They tell you staying home means laziness or fear, but they're wrong. Stillness isn't weakness, it's preparation. It's how predators watch before they strike. It's how power gathers before it expands. When you step away from the noise, you stop dancing to its rhythm. Society moves fast to keep you reactive. Work here, post that, show up there. Everyone's moving, but no one's arriving. The moment you withdraw, you gain something priceless. Time that belongs only to you. And time, not money or status, is the rarest currency of control. In stillness, your perception sharpens. You start seeing the machine beneath the mask, how predictable people's desires are, how shallow their convictions. And once you see the machine, you can control it. Machiavelli wrote that a wise prince studies his city from behind the walls. He listens before he rules. He observes before he acts. Your solitude is that fortress. It's where you learn to interpret whispers before they become wars. Most people use their home to escape reality. The Machiavellian uses it to dissect it. Because in silence, your own mind begins to echo, and that's where the danger begins. When you finally hear your thoughts clearly, you realize how much of your life was built around noise. People think power is made in public, but it's built in private, forged behind closed doors long before it's displayed. That's why the most dangerous man is often the one you haven't seen in a while. The quiet one, the absent one. Because absence breeds mystery. And mystery, in Machiavellian terms, is currency. When people can't predict you, they fear you. When they can't find you, they imagine you. Silence lets their imagination build your legend for you. But solitude isn't easy. It forces confrontation not with others, but with yourself. The mirror becomes your opponent. And most people don't survive that duel. They call you antisocial. They say you're missing out. But missing out is exactly the point. While they trade their time for attention, you trade your attention for mastery. Availability is vulnerability. A ruler must learn containment of emotion, of time, of energy. That's not retreat. That's consolidation. Your home becomes your war room. It's where you plan in silence, fail in private, and perfect your narrative before the world ever sees it. By the time you step out again, you don't return. You emerge, and they'll say something changed while you were gone. They'll be right. You've built something invisible: control. The world rewards visibility, but it obeys invisibility. The unseen architect designs the stage. The actors just perform on it. Staying home turns you from performer to designer, from participant to strategist, from follower to ruler. Every day of solitude is a negotiation with yourself. You learn to rule your impulses like a king rules his court, to speak only when it serves purpose, to move only when the move is irreversible. That's restraint, the seed of timing, and timing is everything. While others use their rooms to scroll, you use yours to scheme. Every quiet minute becomes a calculation, every silence a weapon. You start realizing you need less, not out of minimalism, but mastery. Because dependency weakens rulers. Detachment builds them. Stillness teaches you to think when others panic, to observe when others react. That's emotional sovereignty, the ability to stay composed when the world burns. And when you reach that state, you stop craving attention, because attention feels fragile. Control feels eternal. Most people can't sit in silence. That's why they're easy to rule. Give them distraction, bread, and spectacle, and they'll never notice the cage. But the man who finds peace in stillness is untouchable. He doesn't seek escape, he creates meaning. Machiavelli understood this. He knew that rulers are built in exile. He himself was banished from Florence, stripped of power, humiliated. Yet it was in that isolation that he wrote The Prince, the book that made him immortal. So remember, your solitude is not exile, it's apprenticeship. Every no you say to noise is a yes to evolution. The longer you stay still, the more the world moves around you and the more control you gain over it. Because in the end, the man who rules himself doesn't need a throne. He already owns the kingdom within.